Hello and welcome back to my channel. Thank you to all the new subscribers. We're doing our reactions to Am I the A-hole for whatever reason. So she's going to start reading for us now.
Am I the a-hole for knowing that my son isn't mine and choosing to raise him anyway? Okay, off rip, I would say no, because at least you are taking care of, like, as much as it sucks that he's not yours so far, at least you're taking care of him and not treating him any differently from any other kid. But
Well, he didn't sugarcoat it. He was like, he didn't have to talk to Dana. He had to get no DNA. He know it ain't his. Oh my God, clutch my
I do feel
pearl.
bad for him though. That's sad.
What in the snits are going on here?
Oh.
Okay, go ahead and read it.
42 male.
Oh, he's a 42-year-old male.
Oh, my ex, who's a 41-year-old female, his ex is 41, for 4 years from the ages of 27 to 31.
Okay.
In the second year of our relationship, she got pregnant, and I was so happy to be a dad.
Okay.
So excited to give my child everything I didn't have. Oh, real sweet. Later on in the year, we welcome a beautiful, healthy baby boy.
Okay, so from what I picked up from that,
Their first child.
he had some type of trauma or not being raised by his dad.
Right.
So he used that and learned it in reverse. He said, okay, because I didn't have a father figure, I'm about to be the father figure I'm supposed to be to my baby boy. Okay, go ahead.
I should preface this a bit more by saying that myself and my ex are both pale Korean. Oh, Lord.
Wait a minute. What they got to do with anything? Why you got to tell us their nationality?
Maybe because the baby might be a different nationality.
Lord have mercy.
Or maybe because, like...
Lord, she stepping out?
Okay, that's what the thing is saying so far, that he's stepping out. Cause,
That's
like,
why he don't need no Dana. Go on.
my thing is also...
Oh, that next sentence is about to take me out. Go read it.
So when my son was born of darker skin... That's sad, man.
Baby, wait. We got to take a moment of
We gotta
silence.
take a break. cut the tape. Okay, first from what I've known...
These folks out here bad.
From what I've known about, like, Korea so far...
Sorry to this man. And this lady ain't say nothing. Like,
thing is, what
I'm being with somebody else, or when the baby came out darker, she ain't say, let me pull you to the side a little bit and let me tell you a little something.
Or did I'm gonna
She
hold your hand when I'm gonna
kept
say this.
regular. She kept regular face, regular throat.
My thing is, I do know for what I've learned about Korean culture, when that's not a really good thing, especially considering that in some areas they see darker skin as a bad thing or as a dirty thing. So hopefully his family that is near him is more accepting, because if not, this baby gonna have a hard time.
I had some doubts, but told myself that he would gain features that resemble his mom and I the more time went on.
Pause. First of all, sir, fresh out, the baby is darker skinned. That should have told you something. There is no, your features was not gonna come anywhere. Probably hers, but not yours.
No, because darker skin, like even with me and you, it's like copy paste. Sometimes their genetics are stronger. I don't know how to explain it, but baby, I'm already feeling sorry.
You're right, because
To this man.
He looked like a real sweet person so far with his writing. I was wrong. Within the first
Sir. Like, could he have wanted this so bad because he didn't have a father?
I think that might have been the case. Like,
That he's blind to the fact that if the baby come out dark skinned,
that thing ain't gonna get no lighter.
no, don't call it a thing. The baby ain't gonna get no lighter.
Like, I'm saying, the thing as in the skin tone ain't gonna get no lighter.
He said the more time went on, I was wrong.
Sir, the baby fresh out was dark skinned.
Within the first year of his life, I knew that my son wasn't mine. This lady not saying nothing to you. She not saying, oh, by the way, I was with somebody else, or is it a taboo that they're Koreans not supposed to be with people that's not Korean?
From what I've learned, it is a taboo since, like,
Okay.
Korea, and for instance, Korea is very monoracial thought process. And like what I mean by
Okay.
that is they will you see foreigners in Korea, but
Yeah.
they're told to not mix with them. Especially if they're all of a darker skin tone, it's like, oh, it's bad, or they're dirty, don't deal with them. Like, they will still act cordial with them,
Okay.
but not really commingle with them. Along with his darker skin, he has hair that defies gravity. Oh, she was with a black man. Wow. While mine and his mom is as straight as needles. Jesus, fix it. He has different facial features than the both of us. I bet he does. Despite knowing most of these within the first years of his life, I decided to stick around and raise him as my own because I already grew attached to him and vice versa.
Yeah, the baby ain't gonna see no color, sir.
Right, the baby ain't
But
got
I
no-
commend you, sir, for sticking through that and not wanting to bring her shame or ridicule. But I think, honestly, you should have talked to her and let her know. I know that this ain't my baby.
Right.
I, of course, didn't mention that I knew to my ex, and whenever my family will question me about it, I just say, he's my boy. Oh, he just got a good heart.
He has a real good heart because the family looking like, you sure?
Baby, that family know. He say he pale Korean. Pale mean they get sunburned fast, like easy, could. Like how somebody.
Defy gravity and y'all got hair straight as needles. Don't you know
Yeah.
how straight a needle is.
Well, they're talking about how Asian hair is just straight.
Yeah, that's
Of course, the relationship with his mom and I ended, but for other reasons. Yeah,
What other
she was.
reasons?
You can't read between the lines.
Oh, okay.
She's still messing with that black man. Okay. Despite that, I still stuck around to raise my son. He's 15 now and lives with me 75% of the time, and with his mom the other 25%, and it's just what works for us. Last week, I took my son to get his hair cut as he didn't want to grow out his afro anymore. I can't read no more.
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna take it. He went back with his mom shortly afterwards, and the day after, I got a call from my ex telling me she would need to speak with me and that it was serious. Oh Lord, we met.
Oh, she probably about to get on him about cutting his hair.
Either that.
And the daddy didn't want his hair to be cut, but the boy probably wanted the hair cut, and he probably, when the mama got on about why you cut your hair, he gonna say, Daddy took me, instead of saying that's something that I wanted to do.
Right.
Because he 15. 15 meaning that he in either,
Ninth grade.
you 14 going on 15 in 9th grade, or 15 going on 16
So
in
he's
10th grade. 9th or 10th, it don't matter.
9 to 10.
We met up, and she sits me down very dramatically and proceeds to tell me that my son isn't my son, and that he's his old co-worker's
His
son.
son. Oh my.
And that he is in a very vital stage where he needs to learn about him and his biological dad culture and whatnot.
So, her old co-worker's son. So, you mean to tell me?
You mean to tell me you was sleeping with this man, possible friend?
No, Mama. Her old co-workers. That's her co-worker, not his. That the son is her old co-worker's son. Her co-worker, not his.
Who she still was messing with, and that's why they had left up for some reason. I told you she was still messing with that man.
I told her that I knew. She looked shocked and confused.
Baby, how she gonna, this lady, this Korean lady is a blonde. How you not know that this man know that ain't his baby? Darker complexion.
I could look at it.
Got hair that afro Ray Charles can see. And we ain't even looking at a picture of the baby. Hair defies gravity.
And y'all both got straight hair. At least, unless y'all got one great ancestor.
Yeah, that's black.
Then that's the only way I
Yeah.
could see it, because
Yeah.
I've seen some rare cases like that.
Yeah.
Where
Well,
like this
I later
African
I don't see
parent
it.
had like a white child, but as for this, no.
No. I told her that I knew, and she looked shocked and confused. Shocked and confused. She clutching her pearls. Really, lady? Really?
I told her that I wasn't stupid, that I knew since the moment that he was born, and that I loved him, and if he chooses to meet his bio dad, then I fully support him. You really got a heart of gold. My heart goes
Yes.
out to you, man. This is
Because
sad.
he's saying he didn't ever want this boy to grow up without a daddy.
Right.
She ended up getting mad at me saying that if you knew, you should have said something, and we could have prevented depriving him of his other culture long ago.
Pause.
So-
Lady, wait a minute. So you finna blame him for the fact that you was screwing around on him when he was in a committed relationship with you, and you knew that he wanted. And my thing is, what makes this lady more trifling? She probably knew about this man's trauma, about wanting a child, and so she played along with it because the other dude didn't want nothing to do with him.
That part. And
So,
now that he older, can
Right.
take care of himself, don't have to have no problem, because she say he was with him 75% of the time.
So my thing
If
is,
you wanted him to have a relationship with him, you should have had him 75%. And while he was with you that 75%, he could have been with his daddy.
right.
And then this other man that's writing the story could have had him 25%, lady. Miss me with that. Oh my
That is
God.
disgusting. When I brought up that she should have told me, she just said, I didn't want to hurt you. Pause. You hurt him already with the fact that you gave birth to a child that's not his. And then he already knew anybody could tell. Ray Charles can see, baby. Ray Charles can see. But you gonna go ahead and just act like it's his fault
That part.
when you knew you was in the wrong. That's why I can't stand situations like this, because they like to deflect on the other person when the other person ain't did nothing but had a pure heart.
Exactly.
The conversation ended, and she went on to tell my son everything. He was rightfully upset and called me afterwards to pick him up. You could tell this boy really loved his dad, even though that's not.
Even
to
though
me,
that's not his daddy, that boy say that that's his daddy, because
Right.
you remember he said it was love at first sight. This man probably done did any and everything for this man, and this other man that he probably seen and that she told him to call uncle, quote unquote,
Right.
uncle probably ain't gave him a slice of bread.
Right. He was upset with. He was rightfully upset and called me afterwards to pick him up. I told him that I had knew and just loved him from the beginning. He was upset with me for about a day, which is understandable. That's a lot of
Yeah,
emotions going on for a
'cause-
kid, 'cause he's
yeah, he 15.
I see from the kid, he's like, so you knew that I wasn't yours, but you like for me that's a conflicted feeling, because it's like one hand I love you because you basically are my
But-
dad, but you're not my dad.
But on the other hand, I can see why he didn't tell him, because that wasn't his place to tell him.
True.
Because that's the same way of trying to tell somebody that has known you all your life. What you gonna walk up to him? Oh yeah, son, I'm not your daddy. What? I'm
Right.
with you 75% of the time. What you talking about? That wasn't his place to tell him. The mama should have been told him that if she wanted him to know and wanted him to know about his culture. He see his culture every day, lady, on his head with that afro.
Right.
He knew. He
And
looking like, okay, daddy, where I get this color from?
Right. And he was probably looking at dad's side of the family, and he could tell because everybody else be looking at him like this, probably sideways. Lord have mercy.
He was upset with me for about a day, and then he came to me and said he wanted to meet his bio dad.
Jesus.
I said, okay, call his mom. Long story short, bio dad doesn't want to be involved despite knowing about my son since he's been born.
What'd I say?
And that's what I said.
What'd I say? He didn't want to be involved completely. And my thing is, that is just like, but I'm glad that the son has someone to lean on. But that's a shot to that's on the wound. Like
She
you
could have
already-
kept that to herself. She could have asked that man, hey, bio dad, do you want to be in your son's life? He would have easily told her, like any man would, man, I don't want to be in that boy's life. You saw I wasn't in his life, even though I know that that's what the time that he was born. I wouldn't have said nothing to the boy. Nothing.
And my thing is
Protect
also,
his heart, nothing.
And also, what could have been the thing as well, he probably the man that's not the one that's writing this, he probably already signed the birth certificate, knowing that wasn't his.
That part.
So that's also like the son probably looking at the birth certificate, because I know everybody has seen the birth certificate.
The
seeing
and his
writing,
daddy's
but not his bio
name
dad's writing.
and his daddy name on everything signing up for school, because she said he with him 75% of the time. So 75% means I have a Monday through Friday going to school.
True.
And I said, okay, call his mom. Long story short, bio dad doesn't want to be involved despite knowing about my son since he's been born. My son is still rightfully sore about the situation, and my ex is saying it's just as much as my fault for not saying anything.
Pause. What?
Clutch my pearls.
The audacity.
Bombastic side-eye, lady. Side-eye.
No one told you to
Criminal
mess with the
offensive
other
side-eye.
dude, knowing that this man wanted the child. No one told you to do that. So really, it all falls on you. The buck stops with you. It don't stop with nobody else. Maybe if I did say something that he could have grown up with his real dad and didn't have to go through any of any other things he's experienced. Am I the a-hole? No, you're not, love. That child probably would have gone through it regardless. Because I'm pretty sure that man would have had the same answer, which would be no. I do not want to be in his life.
And I don't want to be in his life, even though that boy Afro standing to the sky. And that's probably why he cut his hair, because you coming to the school and the children saying, that ain't your daddy. That ain't your daddy. Your hair's like this and your daddy hair like that and your mama hair like that. Your mama been sleeping around. I know if he went to a hood school, they told him that.
Oh, they told him up.
You feel me?
Right.
So, and then he's darker skinned, and then his daddy is pale, and his mama. I know they both alternated. They probably done said you adopted, this, that, and the third.
And no, also on top of that, the family done said something. Oh, you ain't one of us. You ain't one of ours.
I know that boy already said, because he said at the beginning that the parents kept asking him about it. And he was like, that's my boy.
Right, because you already know the parents would probably say something like, that's my grandkid.
So, what in the schnitzel is going on here? Let us know in the comments how y'all feel about our commentary on that. But my heart goes out to the man that still raised his child, even though that wasn't his child. I commend him for that, and I speak blessings upon him. And that mama, you need to get it together.
You need counseling.
That part, and the boy needs counseling too.